What's up everyone, New Skill here, coming at you live with another hero deck profile. Heroes, well, I've been shifting a little bit away from them because I've been going through Melodious. I'm still putting them in tournaments, putting them into practice, and heroes still get me the results I love, even though it kind of is a little bit shaky going up against decks such as U-Bell and Snake Eyes just because of the power difference. But don't get me wrong, Hero still has the opportunity to surprise your opponents and really steal away victories, especially with cards such as Plasma, DPE, and what's a Dark Claw, just clutching victories left and right for you. And best of all, being a rogue deck, no one really expects it, and some people actually don't even really know the deck that well, so you can win games just purely based off that. We'll start off the deck profile with, like usual, we'll go straight into the monsters. We'll start with the E-Hero lineup. We got the triple Stratos. I always play as 3. Ultimate card. I know you can get away with 2. I love 3 more than anything, just because I always want to see this in my opening hand. I got the 1 Shadow Mist. Prefer 1 because I usually only go through 1. You're going to use 1 effect at a time anyway. The 1, Liquid Soldier. Usual. It's a different hero with different attribute. Neos, which is mandatory. And we actually have a new friend joining us today. Winged-Kuriboh level 6. Winged-Kuriboh level 6 actually has been surprising me a lot recently. It just came out in the last pack. And there's always a surprise factor because it's hero, it's a new hero, no one knows what it does. But it's another layer on top of your combo and on top of your board. On top of that, let's say you already drew, let's say, either the favorite contact, or you have the Miracle Fusion. You could go to Winged-Kuriboh twice in your combo instead of searching for those cards to add that layer on your board and add that extra Ghost Ogre-esque effect, which it comes in handy more often than you think. Especially even the burn. The burn is actually kind of nice too. There's been a few situations where I'm just a little bit off lethal. And the fact that Winged-Kuriboh is just on the board, threatening to burn them at any moment, actually clutches a few games. So I'm playing Winged-Kuriboh level 6. I plan on running him for a while, testing him out a little bit more. These are heroes. Winged-Kuriboh level 6 is always a hero and a favorite card, remember that. Next we have our Destiny heroes. 3 Malicious. Love that still. 3, 1 Denier, and 1 Plasma. What's called, that hasn't changed in a while. Some people play Dark Angel in the main. I don't like that. I feel like it gets outed too quickly. Play inside instead. Now for Vision heroes. We have 3 Ferris, 2 Increase. You gotta play 2. Don't want to draw the 1 brick. And 2 Vions. For the most part, this hasn't changed. The only thing that's really changed is Winged-Kuriboh level 6, which I suggest you try out, honestly. Maybe he'll surprise you. Next, I almost forgot. This one right here, I had this in my last video. It's Card Trooper, last monster. If you're not aware what it does, if you can discard this from your hand, special summon 1 hero monster from your hand, and you get an effect that way, so you be able to mass change here, or from your graveyard, but it negates the fact that you summon from graveyard. It also has a graveyard effect too. If you special summon a Element Hero fusion monster, you get to draw 2. And add 1 to the bottom of your deck if you banish this card. It's a niche pick. Sometimes it gives you just a little bit more gas that you need. And honestly, it's never been a dead draw. Even sometimes I'll Foolish Barrier for this just because I want to draw 2 later. So it's a nice little tech option that most people don't expect. And it's actually rather good too. I suggest you give it a try. Anyway, continuing on. We got our spell cards. You're always playing 3 hero lives, that doesn't change. Crazy card. 3 Fusion Destiny, same thing. Windmill Slam this once you deplete them hand traps, so you're probably going to win that game. You got 2 polys and 2 mass changes. I'm adding here 2 polys because a lot of people stop your Vion from searching a poly anyway. And poly is actually kind of crazy to draw in your opening hand. You'll always have to see 1 poly. And the 2 mass changes, just in case, yes, you can search 1 with Shadow Mist, but let's say you want to use Shadow Mist for the search instead, or you need this for interruption. Like, let's say they are trying to infinite permanence your Stratos or your Vion. You can mass change so the effect still goes through, and you get your Dark Claw. So I like this at 2. I kind of want it at 3, but I think I need the space for other things. This deck is 45, so it's already a little bit bloated, which is fine because you want to dodge certain cards, but it's still kind of a lot. And you got the 1 Miracle Fusion, the 1 Rhoda, the 1 Foolish Burial, the same thing as always, and the 1 Called By. And of course for the 1 Trap card, well, we have 3 more trap cards, we'll see that. It's Hand Trap, it's a Favorite Contact. This is mandatory. So you see this in all hero decks these days. And next we have Off Engine. I cut back a little bit on my on engine so I could play more off engine, because after playing Melodious for a little bit, I realized that it is important to stop certain things like a branded fusion search or stuff like that. That even having 1 or 2 things to stop them is actually pretty bonkers. Which is why I am now playing the 3 Ash Blossoms and 3 Infinite Permanences. Infinite Permanence, best hand trap in the game in my opinion. It doesn't fall into triple tactics, what you call it. Most things don't dodge it, and worst comes worst, you can set it for a negate that way. And Ash Blossom is Ash Blossom, you see her everywhere. And the last 2 for off engine is 2 of your Forbidden Droplet and 2 triple tactics talents. I'm only playing these 2 now because in my last build I was playing each of these at 3, and while these are crazy when you draw them, I actually found that I was drawing them too much and they end up just being dead in my hand, especially Forbidden Droplet, because yes, it's crazy when you draw it turn 2, but turn 1 it's not really useful, and sometimes I send Plasma out so I'm already negating stuff anyway, so it doesn't even have its use there. It's still really good for sending cards to the graveyard when you need to, and for turning off their board. But I'm trying them out too. And triple tactics talents, same thing. Sometimes they don't hand trap me. This is dead in my hand, and it's once per turn anyway. But I still have it here because getting hand trapped once and pulling the other hand trap from their hand is absolutely crazy. And at worst, it's a draw 2. So always worth it in my opinion. That's 10 off engine, which is a lot more than I had last time. Last time I had only 6. And then something like Heroes where you don't have a lot of room, that's actually kind of insane. Next you have the extra deck. This has more or less stayed the same. I did a little bit of differences. I have your 1 boss monster, the 1 Neos Wingman, 1 Sunrise, 1 Wingman himself right here, and 2 Wake Ups. These are your E-Heroes. I played 2 Wake Ups, so you have 1 for your main combo to get your full Dark Law combo, get everything out that way for your regular combo. And the second one for the Crack Pack, or if I have Favorite Contact, let's say I'm getting very depleted, all my cards in the graveyard and banish, I can actually send all my heroes back and restart it for myself for the extreme long game if you ever find yourself in that situation. Or you can Miracle Fusion to destroy them on the Crack Pack. For Destiny Heroes, I have 2 DPEs. Prefer this as 2 because people love to banish this card, and having second ones is always a surprise for them. And then you have the 1 Dystopia, which is here most of the time, but can also be a pretty good favorite contact target to send both your maliciouses from the banish zone back into your deck to refill the malicious fuel. And honestly, it's a pop if you have Sunrise on your field too, so it's not too bad. You have the 2 Dark Laws. Love playing this too. Sometimes they book Eclipse you. The second one comes up. And the one hero blast, if you need to dodge, if you need to send spells up there, you need to dodge something because they're negating your stratos. This is very important. And I'm actually only playing 4 links. I decided that Cross Crusader, not really necessary. That's like a last ditch scenario. You got the 1/1 driver, the 1 Infernal Devicer, and 2 Cross Keepers. Cross Crusaders, I mean. Which you play 2 because it's really important to have this on second turn. And if you get the third turn, and if this gets negated, you can still go out second 1 and still get your search that way. And last, we got the side deck. Side decks are always subject to change. Depends on your locals as always. Don't mind this. These ones I actually had to pull very quickly from my other deck, but it's still the same thing. I would add these. I would just change the sleeve anyway. Got 15 cards here. These 3 go together because I would add this if I'm going first. If I'm against a spell heavy deck, and I would bring out if I had Goshen Mats or Rivalry to fully lock them onto this card's Dark or this card's Warrior. This card's honestly very good if you in a lot of decks. Both of them honestly, because you activate that against a hybrid deck, it shuts a lot of decks off and makes them unable to play. Next, you got back row removal. You got the 1 Heartbeat Sphere Duster, the 2 Lightning Storms, and 3 Cosmic Cyclones. These are important for Yubel, your Yubel players, your freaking Labyrinth. These are just important if you ever against something with heavy back row. 3 evenly matches, absolutely crazy going second. Sometimes you win just purely off this. You evenly match and then you pop up with your own board. And then they can't play because they're under Plasma or Dark Claw. Anti-Spell Fragrance, auto win versus some decks. And 2 Dimensional Barriers, which against something like Tenpai, it's not auto win, but it severely hampers them. And some decks just pass if they see this card. And that's it. A few things have changed. I did cut it down by 5. I had a 50 card deck last time. However, I'm going with this build because it's more of a variety. And it gets to try out my new friend Winged-Kuriboh level 6 here, which is honestly really fun card that I'm really glad came out. Of course, I wish we got more hero support, but this right here, this is a start. Regardless, I hope everyone has a great day. Be safe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, let me know any of your suggestions. And I'll see you all next time. Stay safe, be happy, XYZ. See ya.